Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tea with Z. My name is Zamal Solanki, and it's an absolute pleasure to be joining you as we cross the 100th episode yesterday, and today being the 101st episode. And it's been an absolute pleasure joining you, I guess, along this journey on Tea with Z. And if you are watching, definitely give me a like, a heart, because as you know, this energy exchange is what it's all about. If you are watching on YouTube as well, you definitely find us on YouTube. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe and like button as well. And if you are watching on LinkedIn, a big special good morning to you there as well. But a really, really special good morning to those that are joining us from the Limitless Network, because the Limitless Network, as you know, is a group of like-minded people that value health in any way, shape, or form. And this is a collective group of like-minded people, just coming together to create a community to really share, I guess, their experiences, but to also get exclusive content every single Friday. So, and that's growing each and every week. And a special shout out to our new members in the group as well. Now, yesterday I spoke about a little bit of the journey from, episode 1 to episode 100 with T with Z, and what that sort of has meant, I guess, for me to even step into that, and, to really throw myself into the very, very public domain, which is social media, and what I need to overcome and to, I guess, have the confidence to actually step into this and to start doing it. Because at the end of the day, it can seem quite daunting. And I chat to a lot of people all the time, and they always ask me, well, how do you do it, Zanel? How do you step out, each and every morning in front of the camera and just start talking to a whole bunch of people each and every morning? And a big part of that journey was obviously overcoming a lot of fears. A lot of fears. I've always been able to chat and speak in front of, groups of people, large groups of people. I've spoken in front of thousands of people before. And it's, at the end of the day, something that I'm very blessed to be able to do. But also, then when you're throwing yourself out into this sort of format, it's very hard to gauge reaction. And so that's why, if you are joining us this morning, definitely drop a comment in the comment section below, because, as you know, that interaction really helps to, I guess, get your feedback and to see what you're sort of taking away from this information as well. So definitely drop a comment in the comment section below, say hi. And if I don't give you a shout out during the episode, I definitely will always hit you up in the comment section later on. But yeah, so stepping into that power, overcoming those fears, has really, I guess, helped me to explore what this journey has to offer. And like any new journey that you go on, any new venture, any new adventure, there's always going to be teething issues. And it's really important that we, not only look at the teething issues when we start something new, but also when we've undertaken tasks, projects, and I guess, things in our entrepreneurial journey, in our own lives even, that we've been doing for a long period of time. Because if we take, I guess, if we divert so much attention to just focusing on what's new and refining and building on that, we very quickly forget those existing processes, systems, and projects that we have going, that we sort of see, as ticking along, but we're not really paying much attention to refine and, I guess, review and refine those in order to create a better outcome, I guess, from those projects. And without doing that, we kind of take our eye off the ball, and we start to see that those things that have maybe been ticking along what we thought were quite nicely aren't ticking along as nicely anymore. Now, the reason why I re-emphasize the teething issues and why I brought this up as well, because Sarah's actually started teething, and last night was the first night where that really sort of came to fruition, because it's kind of been on the cusp. And it's one of those things that, as in relatively, we're 9.5 months into our parenting journey, but I'd still say that we're still very new parents. You think, and, people tell you, oh, maybe they're teething, and they associate a lot of signs and symptoms, and I guess development, things associated with teething. And when you look at that and really delve deep into understanding that, I guess, association between a symptom or a behavior that the baby is sort of experiencing with the actual fact of what is actually going on, there's often a really big disparity. There's often that those things aren't correlated at all. For example, we she changed her sleeping habits, and we thought she was teething. This was 3 months ago, and we started putting down a lot of things, going, oh, maybe it's teething, maybe it's teething, maybe it's teething, and in actuality the teething is only starting actually now. And the reason why we can tell is because we can feel the tooth now coming through the gum, and as a result of that, well, now we know that she's actually teething. And so what I wanted to talk to you today was about not just the teething issues with Syra, but the teething issues that we go through within our business, and the often disparity that we associate a sign or a symptom to something with the actual cause of it. And without really deep diving and analyzing what the sign and the symptom is and what the actual cause of that is, we often come to a surface level where an issue is presented and we immediately associate it with, a symptom is presented and we immediately associate it with quite a high level issue. And as a result of that, we don't get down to really the root cause. And without getting down to the root cause of, there's plenty of, teething puns, now talking about root. Um, Without getting down to the root cause of the issue, we're unable to identify and treat the symptoms appropriately. And now, as health entrepreneurs, we know this all too well. If you are, a healthcare practitioner, identifying the actual cause and the root of the problem is paramount to effectively treating and managing a patient. And that might be the same in your business. For example, you might be an accountant and you look at sales as being, there's a decline in sales, and all of a sudden you're looking at sale. Maybe there's a sales problem as an issue. But the more you deep dive into it, it could be that we're purchasing incorrectly, so our prices have had to increase to maintain our margins as a result of our prices being increased. Then that's where sales have dropped off. And so when we look at, the root cause of it, well, it could be that, our purchasing department aren't actually doing what they need to do. And that's just an example. And so what I really wanted to touch on today and ask you is, where along your own health entrepreneur journey, so for yourself or even for your business, where is it showing up that there's signs and symptoms of something going on, but you think you've identified the issue, but you haven't really spent the time in quantifying what that issue actually is. And as a result of treating those signs and symptoms on first glance, have you actually gotten the outcome that you've hoped for? And if not, why? If not, why? And sometimes, and quite often, it takes an external perspective to give you insights onto what they think might be the issue, and whether or not that's using your team or your customers to give you insights as to what's happening within your business, and feedback that you can then use and take action upon. And is it just the new things, when you're starting out, maybe a new service or a new product line or something in your business, and you're constantly refining and reviewing that? Well, are you using those same processes to really dig deep and review what you've been doing for a month, a year, a quarter, a year, a decade, whatever it might be? Are you still actively debriefing and reviewing what you've been doing day in, day out to see how you can do it differently, but differently in a better way? Differently to achieve greater efficiencies, differently to achieve greater outcomes, differently to better achieve your goals, differently to improve productivity. And as a result of that, by constantly reviewing and refining what we do, we're able to then make space to obviously grow and develop the business and bring out new things, knowing that We're always refining our core offering. We're always reviewing and refining what we do best and what we're known for, without letting that park to the side. And all of a sudden we, you know, become obsessed with the shiny new object. And all of a sudden, everything that's led us to this point right now just goes to the wayside. So that's my question for you today. And as we, and what I really wanted to sort of mention is that, and what I'll dive into tomorrow is what these teething issues have been in this journey for T with Z. And I'll give you some examples as well. So that's what we're going to cover off tomorrow. And as a result of that, by covering that off tomorrow, just, all right. Yeah, so as we cover off those examples and that journey, I'm going to give you the tools and tricks. So what I've done to help actually review and refine what I've been doing. So where's it showing up for you? What are the teething issues within your business, even on your own journey for your personal self, for your customers, for your team? Where are these teething issues showing up? And how are you associating those signs and symptoms to the actual issue at hand? To the actual issue in hand, and how are you validating it? So that's my question for you today. Drop a comment in the comment section below, because I'm really curious to read all of that, and obviously get your insights as well. And of course, your feedback. At the end of the day, tell me what you'd like to see with T with Z moving forward as we enter this new chapter. I'm really, really curious. Drop comments in the comment section below. I know I've received some feedback and I'm working on that in the background as well. And I've touched on that in the past. And yeah, there's some cool things coming out, or planned to be coming out as well, that I'm working on to address that feedback. So thank you to all of those that have reached out and given me that feedback, and a special thank you to all of those that have messaged and even private messaged me as well, to congratulate this milestone of reaching 100 episodes as well. So a special shout out and a big thank you to each and every one of you that did that as well. So that's it from me today. Yeah, I look forward to reading, about your teething issues and how you're overcoming them in your business. Even if it's teething issues for a bub, tell me. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Well, have an amazing day. Thanks for joining me on another episode of Tea with Z, and I really look forward to catching up with you tomorrow. And yeah, have an amazing day. Bye for now.